Okay, so we're on principle number six. We talked about in the last episode, we talked about the guy who went off and dug a hole, which sadly and unfortunately is the way most of us tend to live. We have buried the talents, the precious talents that we have, and we're going off to jobs that are not even giving us recognizing us the value that we're carrying, and we've dug a hole, and most of us are in holes financially speaking, right? Which is like I said, a rough way to live. So number six, after a long time, we're continuing with the story. After a long time, the master returned, and this is it starts to pick up further here, because remember that I said that the man going on a journey is God. God removes himself, so to speak, from the equation. But he doesn't just disappear into nothing into nothingness. He's actually observing you, right? And after a while, he's going to ask you to give account. He's going to come back and ask you to give account, which is exactly what happens here. After a long time, the master returned. And he didn't just return, he returned for the specific reason, and for specific reasons. And one of them was to ask his servants to give account of the resources that have been left under their care. Whatever resource you have been given, financial, um, talents, gifts, abilities, capacities, your brain, your assets, your relationships, everything that you have been gifted with, you are going to give an account of, especially or including money, right? The money that you've been given, what did you do with it? You're going to give an account, right? And if you read in that story, you'd see that all three servants had to give account of what they did. The guy with the 5 talents said that you gave me 5 talents, I multiplied it, it's now 10. The guy with the 2 talents said the same thing. You gave me 2 talents, I multiplied it, is now 4. And then the guy with the 1 talent, he said what he also said. But we'll look at that a little bit. I just wanted you to understand this principle component, and this concept that the owner of the wealth, the owner of the resource, will one day, right? May not necessarily be physical, but definitely you're going to give an account of the resource that you were given, right? And it's not even restricted to money. It cuts across, or it pervades the entirety of the resources that you have been gifted with in life, whether it's something that is tangible or not, right? So it's very important that um we desist from being flippant about the things that we have been gifted with, right? This life is not a joke. It's not eternal. This particular life on earth is not eternal. It's going to end at one point or the other, right? And at the end of it comes accountability. What did you do? And your ability to manage wealth is tied to this concept, because you have to give an account. It's not yours. It was only given to you, right? And like any good manager, like any good owner, rather, the owner of the wealth, God, is going to ask you, what did you do with what I gave you? So it's very important.